So here's a quick bite. Heading into the weekend, you might be going away, and these holiday snaps were taken at a place called Sovereign Hill in Ballarat. And the significance of Sovereign Hill is that is where the Australian gold rush started. A very interesting time, as you can see from these locations. So quite fun stories. We thought we'd just keep it quite light. So let's get right into it, and let's have a look at the blacksmith over here. And his workshop is wide open. There's a lot of detail, and all I felt that this maybe needed was to guide the eye into the center of the image, into a specific part of the frame. To do that, I just used a little bit of foreground objects to frame him slightly differently. Now, that theme's going to be repeated throughout this whole video. These guys sitting playing some music under the veranda. Let's move in slightly closer and frame them a little bit to focus our attention on them. And so the list goes on. We can have a look at these horses going through the streets, and a different option would be to shoot them through a doorway or through a window, just to create a little bit more interest in your picture. Now, it's not always limited to inanimate objects. Framing something doesn't necessarily mean that you have to go and stand next to a building or a door or a rock or something like that. Use a person between you and the subject to just frame and isolate the subject a little bit better than what it might have been before. And while we're on the topic, remember, framing is also about leading lines. Now, you've probably read a lot about leading lines when you do some basic study and revision of photography and composition and leading lines to direct your eye into a specific place. So here's an example just of sort of using the buildings and the street as leading lines to go to the chimney stack at the back. It's a really easy tip, and if you're aware of it when you shoot your shots, you'll find out that along the way you're going to get quite a few more interesting shots. On that note, that's the end of this video, but here's a quick taste of when we kick it up a level from intermediate and beginner. Our next tourist video is going to be a little bit more fine art orientated, as you can see for this shot. We're using the same tips as I'm giving you in this video, but just on a higher level. So stay tuned for that one. See you next time.